foundation helped reach this settlement with the Department of Justice and the Trump administration, and to allow these blueprints to be released to the public. And now we have this blockage from court. But you knew this was going to happen, right? As soon as the settlement was announced, these people were at these various blue states were going to get together, as they did very predictably, go to court, judge shop, find some lawyer dressed in a black robe to block these blueprints. You knew this was coming, right?
Sure, we knew it was coming, but in all honesty, the Second Amendment Foundation was also a plaintiff in this with defense distributed, and there's a lot of misinformation. First of all, these guns aren't undetectable. Second of all, the judge didn't really say we couldn't put it on the internet. He didn't block us. The restraining order is against the federal government, not against us. It's against the federal government from the agreement they signed with us to exercise the agreement, but didn't stop us from doing anything. We temporarily took it down from our website to try to appease some of these people temporarily until we can get back in court again. However, they're all over the internet right now, and a group that codeisfreespeech.com has put them all up. You can download them right now, and there's nothing the government can do about it.
Right.
And the judge didn't want to put a direct restraining order against us, because that would have been an infringement of free speech. But putting in a restraining order against the government from allowing us to do it sort of put it in no man's land. You know, normally when you put a restraining order to stop somebody from doing something, this judge put a restraining order to stop the government from doing something it already did. It doesn't make any sense.
You used a hot-button word for me, and that is appease. I don't think it's possible to appease the fascist left and these people who want to take our constitutional rights away, especially attack the Bill of Rights. You know, you can look at it as you wish, but that's how I look at it. I do look at this case one way, and I think you probably would agree. That really it comes down to the First Amendment here rather than the Second Amendment. And ultimately, this case, if it continues like this, has got to probably wind its way to the Supreme Court, does it not?
Oh, it will. We've also, by the way, filed a countersuit in the Federal District Court in West Texas against some of these attorney generals and the Los Angeles City prosecutor for infringing on our First Amendment rights, denying us our freedom under the Constitution, under the color of law. So we'll be suing a lot of these blue state attorney generals back for damages, both punitive and actual.
Now, the argument is that the terrorists and the bad guys are going to download these, and they're going to make guns, and they're going to kill us all. But they're forgetting the other side of that equation. That might happen, right? I mean, you and I think would agree that could happen. But there's another side of the equation in this republic, anyway, and that is, you know, good people with guns are going to stop bad people with guns. In other words, more guns in the hands of good people is going to defer a lot of crime.
Yeah, and if the bad guys or terrorists want to download dangerous items off the internet, there's plans on how to make bombs on the internet. So this is a little ridiculous. It's some of the anti-gun rights hysteria that's out there right now. We're going to win this case. It's totally about First Amendment. You know, computer code is a language. Language is speech. Speech is protected by the First Amendment. Some of these anti-gunners don't like our speech, but we're not really making guns on the internet. What we're doing is telling people how they can do it their own in their own home. And right now they can make guns legally in their own home anyway if they use, you know, a tool bench in their garage.
Right.
So we're just giving them a high-tech way of doing it for the future.
These 8 states that are involved in this injunction, this temporary restraining order, have a long history, most of them do, of being anti-gun, including New York and the District of Columbia, of course. Let me ask you some basic questions, and don't laugh at my questions, all right? Can you, first of all, make a gun using these blueprints completely of all plastic with no metal whatsoever?
The plans have it for the downloadable handgun. That was the first one that was put up. There's a piece of metal that gets inserted into it to make it legal. If you don't put the metal into it, you're breaking current law, because non-detectable handguns or guns of any kind are totally illegal right now. With regard to AR-15s or AR-10s, the lower receiver is on there that you can make, but you'd still have to go out and buy a barrel and, you know, and other accessories for it to make it work. But the main part of the firearm you can download and print now. You know, let me tell you real quickly why we're really doing this. We have cities like Seattle that have taxed guns and ammunition so high that gun stores have moved out. If you live in Seattle, there's only one gun store left and it's leaving. San Francisco has no gun stores because they've regulated them out of business. Alameda County in California has zoned gun stores out of business. This makes sure that if the anti-gunners, the gun prohibition lobby, wants to get rid of the gun industry, you're still going to have guns anyway. The Second Amendment will be there for posterity.
Can you make ammunition out of plastic?
Actually, you can make the shells out of plastic. No one's had the plans for it to do it on the internet yet. But the bullets themselves, you can't make out unless you're going to make plastic bullets, and they're not going to be very effective.
And gunpowder. Don't laugh at me, but can gunpowder be made out of plastic?
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One American News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One American News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.